You knew him, didn't you? Then you had that one little feeling. But you waved it away. You should have listened to that one little feeling. Just like I'm listening to you now. You can talk to me. I'm all the friend you got.
Well, Denzel, here's my problem. Hello and welcome back to the Movie Buffer. Tonight we are reviewing The Little Things. It was a lot of hype, but was it worth it? Let me start with this. Steven Spielberg passes on this because he felt it was too dark. Okay, yes, it was a bit dark in the end. Okay. But also Clint Eastwood, who doesn't mind being dark, passes as well, and it may be because the story simply didn't make him feel anything. I don't know. Just speculating. So the writer decides to say, F it, I'll direct it myself. Because these great directors obviously don't know what the hell they're talking about. So here we are. But the director is no slouch. Lee Hancock Jr. is a screenwriter, film director, producer, and former attorney. He directed the sports drama films such as The Rookie and The Blind Side, and his historical drama films such as Saving Mr. Banks, The Founder, which was excellent, please check it out. So he's not like some hack, but didn't necessarily get this one right, in my opinion. Sofia Vassilieva, the eldest daughter from the TV series Medium, is in the first scene of the movie. We literally watched her grow up on TV during the show Medium, so I'm glad she's still working. Oh, and fun fact, Medium is based on a real person named Alison Dubois, who I follow currently, her podcast and YouTube page. The movie starts out with Sophia's character singing in the car as a serial killer stalks her. Reminded me of the scene in Silence of the Lambs. Lots of good people in this movie. You got Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, Jared Leto, Chris Boyer, Charlene Michael Hyatt, Terry Kinney, Lee friggin' Garlington. I mean, do I have to go on? An amazing cast, to say the least. The film was theatrically released in the US January 29th, 2001 by Warner Brothers Pictures. It also had a simultaneous release on the HBO Max streaming service for 31 days as part of Warner Brothers' plan for all of their 2021 films. So let that sink in for a minute. The winds are a-changing, people. Say goodbye to movie theaters as we know it. Okay, here we go. The storyline. In Los Angeles in October 1990, Kern County Deputy Sheriff Joe Deacon, played by Denzel Washington, is called to the LA Sheriff's Department precinct to collect forensic evidence pertaining to a recent murder. Deacon, a former detective, now under pressure to retire by his superiors, accompanies recently appointed lead detective Jimmy Baxter, Rami Malek. I found it interesting in this movie that no one was really referred to by their last name, like I would think they would be. Everybody was referred to by their first name. I thought that was kind of weird. But anyway, he accompanies him to the scene of a new murder in LA. Deacon notices similarities between the MO of the killing with an old serial murder case he was unable to solve during his days as a detective. This is a very, very slow burn, people. More of a cerebral, dark tale. But yes, it's compelling. If you are expecting something exciting and full of obligatory serial killer blood and gore, then you will be sadly mistaken. It's none of that. Remember the movie Manhunter with William L. Peterson, where you got the clever, dark banter of FBI criminal profiler Will Graham and Dr. Hannibal Lecter that carried you into the mind of the killer? That movie, albeit Miami Vice-ish, was extremely fascinating, and the novel by Thomas Harris was so much better. It was called Red Dragon. This again, none of that. To me, this was just let's just watch these great actors work while I'm still housebound during COVID. I take nothing away from these talented artists, but sorry, this movie was just not that thrilling in the least bit. It felt like a TV movie, really. It was just okay. I don't know. Anyway, in the beginning, we're wondering why Joe is so loved by his old crew, yet also something pretty bad must have happened to make him leave and go to greener, smaller pastures in a tinier precinct. Him and Flo, the pathologist, obviously had something together, maybe an affair. I don't know. It was something. She carries a bullet around to remind her of the past. He has an ex-wife. He's divorced. Because of his job, because of Flo, or both? Probably both. It is interesting. Religious overtures in this movie. There are scenes where he talks to the dead, sort of. Stays at a Fleabag hotel. He smiles or smirks at a picture of Jesus cradled by an angel. What could that mean? He's back on the case even though he's not assigned to it. He says wassalamu alaikum, but no response from the Arabic owner. But the serial killer works at the store that he's investigating. So is he a Muslim like in Malcolm X? The movie is vague on that. In fact, the movie is vague on a lot of things that doesn't answer any questions. Yet here is an exchange between him and Detective Jimmy. Jimmy says, "Do you believe in God, Joe?" And then Joe responds, "When I look at a sunrise or thunderstorm or dew on the ground, yes. But when I see this, I'm long time thinking he doesn't give a shit." So it's kind of like he has a problem with God, he has a problem with religion, or maybe his religion is not the same as most people's. So I thought maybe he's Muslim, or maybe he was just speaking the greeting to the Arabic shop owner in order to have some sort of connection. Not sure about that. Again, the movie is really vague in a lot of things. The movie The Little Things actually reminds me a little bit of Seven with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. It gives you that kind of vibe, the old changing of the guard sort of thing. But like I said, the pace is very slow. No high-speed chases or adrenaline rushes. Purely describes work. Intentionally dramatic, maybe a tad bit overblown in that department in some areas, trying to make everything look all deep and dark. It's like, okay, it's dark, I get it, now give me something to think about, to be captivated about. I have to say, I was able to check my Twitter, respond to a post, and still follow the movie without a problem. Not a good sign. Throughout the movie, you're thinking that there's gotta be a twist somehow, somewhere, because you almost want to just turn it off and go, okay, I kind of figure it's gonna end some weird way. We see the young detective's wife and kids, so we think, okay, maybe it's gonna be like Seven, where the serial killer comes in and tries to kill his wife, which actually, I thought that was gonna happen. I thought that's what it was leading up to. But anyway, needless to say, that wasn't the twist. You spend a lot of time in this movie trying to figure out what's going on, what is connected, am I going to find out more about these characters outside the surface? But alas, you really don't. But in the end, there is a twist. And it's a pretty good one. An interesting one. One that says that justice is not always a straight line. Even the good guys are not necessarily good guys. But it took so long to get there that by that time I got there and I was like, okay, that was great, but I don't care anymore. And they got to the best part of the movie and I'm like, I care. I don't care. So that's all I have to say about that. I mean, I love Denzel Washington, of course. I love Jared Leto. I love Rami Malek and many others in this movie. And if nothing else, you'll get a sense of just seeing those characters and some characters we haven't seen for a while in movies. And it's like, oh, this is great. This is just having them on the scene. But it's almost like, what a waste of talent. It was just, everybody says it was dark. Yeah, it was kind of dark, but not really. Not what I call dark. I mean, Manhunter, that was dark. Seven, that was dark. This was a little dim. Okay, so that's my review on that. So, have you seen The Little Things? Did you enjoy the cerebral slant on the movie, the dark noir? Was it too much or was it amazing? And I'm a thriller snobbish jerkwad. Leave your comments below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can be alerted to more movie reviews and analysis. In the meantime, peace, 2 fingers.